What started as a girl's vacation to Panama turned into a nightmare for the daughter of a Dallas police officer. She suddenly found herself alone, and she was facing 12 years in a foreign prison for allegedly smuggling a gun into the country. But tonight, she's finally free, telling our J.D. Miles in an exclusive interview that it's her parents' determination that finally got her home.
It was only supposed to be a week. I told my kids, like, it's my first vacation by myself. It was supposed to be, something quick, simple, fun.
As a working mother of three, Sabrina Underwood needed a break. So she planned a girls' trip in late December to visit a friend who had moved to Panama. She brought a suitcase that she says was still packed after a road trip with her husband from Texas to Tennessee the day before. A suitcase with something inside that would turn her trip to Panama into a nightmare.
When they opened the suitcase, the top of it, I was like, no, my medication's on the bottom. You got to look in here. And he stopped me and he put his hand in and pulled out the gun, and then my jaw dropped.
Authorities at the airport in Panama found a handgun that Underwood's husband received from his military deployment and had placed in the bag during their road trip.
It was crazy. It was surreal. I was losing my mind. I was texting. I was crying, shaking. It just, in 1 second, my whole life was destroyed.
The 34-year-old was soon in a Panamanian prison, facing a 12-year sentence, accused of trying to smuggle the gun into the country.
What went through your mind when you first were told that?
A shock. Shock, anxiety. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. I am not trying to sell a gun in Panama. I'm not an international criminal.
This is what Underwood's life looked like in prison. These photos show a row of cells that other prisoners could enter. There's feces on walls, roaches everywhere, and buckets that were used for showers.
You couldn't have blankets or pillows. I used a roll of toilet paper for a pillow. Roaches crawling on you when you're trying to sleep. It was very bad. The house mother comes and gives me some PJs and little travel thing of soap and says, good luck.
Underwood says she was immediately targeted by other prisoners and relied on her cellmate for protection.
People would steal from me. And then there was a Panamanian woman, when I was getting out the shower, assaulted me. There were stabbings.
You have 75 women sharing 2 toilets.
Underwood's father, Paul Inman, is a retired Dallas police officer who spent the last 5 months desperately trying to get her released.
They were able to buy a phone from a guard, and that's how we were able to keep in touch with her. And that right there kept me sane because I knew she was safe.
After nearly a month, Underwood was eventually able to get out of the prison and placed under house arrest in Panama while awaiting trial. But the thought of being away from her 3 kids for 12 years was unimaginable for Underwood, who contemplated suicide.
I had a plan for that. I wouldn't put my kids through that. In my mind, I just kept telling myself, this is temporary.
Fortunately for the 34-year-old, it turned out to be just that. And last week, she was released from prison without explanation and returned to the U.S. to the welcoming arms of her family.
I bleed red, white, and blue now. I know America's not perfect, but I am so happy to be here, so happy to see my kids, be able to hold them, play with them, walk outside. It's a blessing.
Underwood says it was the determination of her parents, not politicians, who made it happen.
I'm just thank God that we're able to get her out.
They are strong-willed people. They don't give up.
Despite her ordeal and losing her job over it, Underwood still finds ways to smile through the memory of it and plans to use her experience to help others.
I mean, do you plan to write a book about this?
Yes, absolutely. I got to work on the title, but we'll figure it out.
J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.